Hi everyone, Mr. Neighbor here, and in this video we're going to talk about how to use the cross multiply and divide method. So before we had two fractions that were equal to each other and we were trying to find the missing part. What we did was we undid what was happening. If there was division, we multiplied, and we did that to both sides to keep it balanced. The cross multiply and divide method makes things a lot easier. What the cross multiply and divide method says is to take the things you have that are across from each other and multiply them together. So let's take x times 8. Oops. So x times 8 would be 8 x's, 8 apples. 4 times 2 would be 8. The second thing after cross multiplying is the divide part. So we are going to divide. Take the thing next to the x and divide it. I'm going to divide by 8. Eight x's, 8 equals 8 divided by 8. 8 divided by 8 will just give me 1x out. You could put a 1 in front of here if you wanted to. And 8 divided by 8 is the number 1. So here is your answer. That's what we got out in the last video. Actually, this part right here looks like what we were doing in the last video, but it's just a quicker way. It's just a kind of a memorization thing. You are cross multiplying, and then you are dividing the thing next to the variable. So let's try another one. Let's see if I can remember the problem. I think it was x over 3 equals 7 over 5. So we have our x in the same spot. We are going to cross multiply. So multiply the x and the 5, the 3 and the 7. So 5 times x equals 3 times 7. And divide. So I have to divide both sides by 5. I'm writing this out, but eventually you will not need to, because you'll just understand what this means. So 5x divided by 5 equals 21 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is just x, or 1x. 21 divided by 5, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to leave it as a fraction, as long as I know that that fraction is simplified. So that is our answer. So this has a lot of uses. It has uses in algebra. It has uses when you're dealing with percents, trying to find the missing part. It has a lot of different uses, the cross multiply and divide method. But you need to know where it comes from. So it's not magic. It does have math behind it. And the math behind it is an undoing process. You have multiplication, undo it with division. You have division, undo it with multiplication. This is also something you can do when you have addition and subtraction problems too. We will get further into that at the end of your 7th grade year, and we'll talk about how to solve equations. But for right now, you know what the cross multiply and divide method is and where it comes from. But make sure you really understand where it comes from, because if you know that, it's going to make a lot of other things easier too.